Hi everyone. Today we are going to solve two-step equations. So the first thing is we're going to start with the side that with the variable. It's the same like a one-step. So start on that side that has the variable, that letter. And then most of the time you will be able to do the addition and subtraction first. Okay, do whatever opposite the operation shows you. And then you'll multiply or divide in order to get that variable by itself. To isolate that variable. So for an example, we have 2x plus 1 equals 11. Let me make my pen a little darker. Okay, so I'm going to break it up into two sides. And I'm going to start on this left-hand side where it says 2x plus 1. I'm going to do my addition subtraction first. So it shows me plus 1. The opposite of adding 1 is subtracting 1. So I'm going to subtract 1 to both sides. Those cancel. And you get 2x equals 10. Okay, because 11 minus 1 will give you 10. Now, you're back to a one-step equation. So 2x equals 10. The 2 and the x are multiplying with each other. The opposite of multiplying is to divide, and I show that by doing a little fraction line and putting my 2 under it. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. That's how we get our x by itself. And 10 divided by 2 will give me 5. All right, so another example. Let's say we have 5x plus 3 equals 23. I'm going to split my equation into two, a left side and a right side of that equal sign. Okay, I notice that I'm going to start on the left-hand side, and it has a plus 3. So the opposite of an addition sign is to subtract. So I'm going to minus 3 to both sides. I am left with 5x equals to 20. And 5 and x are multiplying anytime they're right beside each other. Okay, so 5 times x, we're going to divide because that's the opposite of multiplying. And x is equal to 4. 20 divided by 5 will give you 4. Let me get to a new page. All right, so let's say we have 7x plus 7 equals 49. We're going to split it into two equations. Again, we have another addition sign. Okay, why don't y'all try this one on your own? Try pausing it. Give this one a try. And then come back to me. All right, welcome back. So we're going to minus 7 to both sides. Hopefully you subtracted to both sides. Those cancel. You are left with 7x equals 42. Okay. Now again, hopefully you saw that was multiplication, so the opposite is to divide. You can always use a calculator if you need to. 42 divided by 7 would give you 6. All right, let me try another problem for you. Now this one, 6x minus 1 equals 17. So they're a little bit different. Instead of having a plus sign on the left-hand side, we have a minus sign. So I'm going to break it into two sides, the left side and right side of this equal sign. And I'm still going to mess with the left-hand side. But if you notice, I have a minus 1. So the opposite of minusing 1 or subtracting 1 is going to be to add 1 to both sides. Okay, and you get 6x equals 18. Now, if you do it just like the other ones, because it's showing multiplication, I'm going to divide by 6 on both sides, and I get x equals 3 as my answer. If you need to, pause it. Okay, and come back. All right, we'll do one more like this. So 5x minus 3 equals 12. I'm going to split it into two sides of this equal sign. I'm going to start with that subtracting 3. So the opposite is to add 3. And you get 5x equals 15. Divide by 5. and x equals 3. So almost the same like the first few problems, except now we have a subtraction sign right there. We do the opposite. Okay, so this one's a little bit different. We have x over 2, so like a fraction, plus 1 equals 11. Okay, so it definitely looks a little different. We no longer have, like the one beside it, 5x. We have x over 2. So it's showing us division. So we have showing us division plus 1 equals 11. We're still going to do our plus sign, our addition sign first. So the opposite is to minus 1 both sides. Those cancel. I am left with x over 2 equals 10. Okay, now when you're shown division like this, I am going to multiply to both sides. So I'm going to do a little bit multiplication sign right here. A little dot means to multiply, and I'm going to put a 2 right here. That means to multiply. And when I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I'm going to put a multiply and a 2 on this side. These will cancel out, and that's how we're left by x by itself. And what is 10 times 2? You should get 20. All right, hopefully you remember this from 6th and 7th grade. If not, that's why we're reviewing it now. So let's do another example. So let's do y over 3 plus 11 equals 30. All right. So try this out. What's our first step? We're going to subtract 11 to both sides. Now, if you need to, you can go pull up a tab. Okay, so if you need to pull up a tab, go to your calculator. You can go to Desmos. You can go to whatever which one you want. Calculator-wise, you can pull up your phone calculator. And then 30 minus 11, and you get your 19. Remember, you can use a calculator on all of this if you would like. So we got 19. And we have y over 3 on this left-hand side. So it doesn't matter. We're going to do a multiplication over here because it's showing division. So I'm going to put a little dot here. I'm going to multiply by 3 on this side and the same. I'm going to multiply by 3 on this side. Our left side cancels out and we're left with y. 19 times 3. Going to use that calculator again. 19. Let me find my multiplication button. Times 3. And it gives me 57. So I would use a calculator, especially if you're dealing with integers, negative numbers, to make sure you're doing it correctly or double check yourself. All right. Let me do one more. See if you can do it, and then we'll come back and we'll finish up this video. Let's do w over 7 plus 2 equals 20. So break it down to two sides of your equation. Pause and rework all of this, and then unpause it, and I'll work the answer. All right, welcome back. Hopefully you got this solved. I'm going to start with the plus 2. I'm going to minus to both sides. W over 7 equals 18. Now, just like the others, I'm going to multiply by 7 on both sides. Those cancel. 18 times 7. Do it in your head if you'd like. I'm going to do it in the calculator. 18 times 7 is 126. Now, you could always go back and check your work by plugging it back into W and making sure it works out, and it will. But we get 126 for this answer. So if you have any more questions, please contact Mr. Joel or myself. I hope this video helps.